Chapter 4: The Witching Hour Approaches. With the enchanting costume carefully laid out on her bed, Eliza felt a sense of anticipation building within her. The ancient traditions and the magic of Samhain had become a part of her, and the costume she had created embodied the essence of the night. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across Willowbrook, Eliza made her way to her attic window. The town was beginning to transform, as pumpkins were lit with flickering candles, and the scent of autumn filled the air. Halloween night was fast approaching, and with it, the culmination of Eliza's journey into the world of magic. She had learned the lessons of the coven, created a costume that held a touch of enchantment, and now, she felt an irresistible pull to the sacred grove where the coven gathered. The whispers of the night called to her, and she knew that it was time to embrace the magic of Samhain fully. With the gown of stars and moons hanging on a hook, she adorned herself in the costume, its velvety fabric cool against her skin. The transformation was swift and profound. As she gazed at her reflection in the attic window, she saw a vision of magic and enchantment. Her hair seemed to shimmer like the night sky, and her eyes held a depth of ancient wisdom. She had become a reflection of the enchantment she had longed for. With a sense of purpose, Eliza made her way through the quiet streets of Willowbrook. The town had taken on an otherworldly glow, with candles and lanterns casting a warm light in the darkness. She saw children in costumes, laughter and music echoing through the streets, and the town's residents embracing the spirit of Halloween. As she approached the edge of town, the ancient forest loomed before her. The trees seemed to reach out with gnarled branches, their leaves rustling in the night wind. Eliza knew that the grove was not far, and the coven awaited her. The moon had risen to its zenith, casting a silvery light over the forest. It was a moon of enchantment, a moon that held the power of Samhain. Eliza's heart quickened as she entered the dense woods, guided by the light of the moon and the knowledge she had gained. The path through the forest was overgrown and winding, as if the very trees conspired to keep the grove hidden from those who were not meant to find it. But Eliza's determination and the power of her costume led her onward. The whispers of the night grew stronger as she ventured deeper into the forest. She heard the soft rustling of leaves, the haunting calls of owls, and the distant sound of the coven's chant. She was drawing closer to the sacred grove, to the heart of the enchantment. As the trees parted before her, Eliza stepped into the clearing that marked the grove. The circle of ancient stones stood as a sentinel, and the ethereal flames of the coven's fire danced in the night. The cloaked figures were already gathered, their dance a mesmerizing display of enchantment. With her costume aglow with the power of Samhain, Eliza approached the circle. The coven turned to her, their voices rising in a welcome that seemed to resonate with the spirits of the forest. The leader of the coven stepped forward, their eyes gleaming with approval. "Eliza, you have returned to us on this sacred night, adorned with the magic of Samhain. You are a reflection of the enchantment we celebrate, a true seeker of the old ways." Eliza felt a sense of belonging that was deeper than words. She had become a part of the coven, a participant in the mysteries of the night. The dance of Samhain began once more, and Eliza joined the cloaked figures with a grace and power that seemed to come from the very heart of the night. The movements were fluid, the chants a symphony of ancient spells, and the power of the grove infused her like a current of magic. As the dance continued, Eliza felt the boundaries between the mundane and the supernatural world dissolve. The grove seemed to come alive with enchantment, and she knew that she was a part of a tradition that stretched back through the ages. When the dance came to a close, the coven gathered around the ethereal fire once more. The leaders spoke, their voice carrying the weight of tradition and wisdom. "Eliza, you have embraced the magic of Samhain, and you have become a part of our coven. But the lessons of this night go beyond the dance and the spells. You have learned the importance of balance, of harmony with the natural world, and of the connection to the spirits of the past. These lessons are the heart of our tradition, and they are to be carried with you always." Eliza nodded with a deep sense of gratitude. The magic of the night had become a part of her, and the lessons of the coven were etched into her heart. The leader gestured to the ethereal fire, and from its depths, a small, ornate cauldron was produced. It was filled with a potion that seemed to shimmer with an inner light, a potion that held the power of Samhain. Eliza, you have returned to us on this sacred night, and now it is time for you to drink from the cauldron of Samhain once more. It will connect you to the spirits of the past, the power of the night, and the ancient wisdom of our coven. With a sense of reverence, Eliza took the cauldron and drank from it. The potion was cool and invigorating, a taste of magic that filled her with an energy that was both exhilarating and humbling. The leader smiled with approval. You are now connected to the magic of Samhain, my dear Eliza. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your knowledge and magic wisely, and honor the traditions of the coven. Eliza nodded, her heart filled with the weight of the coven's traditions and the enchantment of the night. She knew that her journey was not yet complete, and there were more secrets to uncover. As the coven dispersed, the cloaked figures disappearing into the night, Eliza felt a deep sense of purpose. The power of Samhain and the enchantment of Halloween had become a part of her, and she was ready to embrace the mysteries of the night. The forest embraced her as she made her way back through the winding path, the moon still casting its silvery light. Eliza's heart was filled with gratitude for the knowledge she had gained and the transformation she had experienced. As she returned to Willowbrook, she knew that the lessons of the coven and the enchantment of her costume were not just for Halloween but a reflection of the magic she carried within her. The night was still young, and the mysteries of the night awaited her, and Eliza was ready to embrace them. Chapter 5: A Midnight Flight. Eliza had returned to her attic room, the enchanting costume carefully stored, and the lessons of the coven etched into her heart. Halloween night had transformed her in ways she couldn't have imagined, and she was ready to embrace the magic that was now a part of her. As she gazed out of her attic window, the moon had taken its place in the night sky, casting a silvery glow over Willowbrook. The town was now alive with the celebration of Halloween, with lanterns and pumpkins illuminating the streets, and the laughter of children echoing through the night. But Eliza had something different in mind for this Halloween. The knowledge she had gained from the coven and the power of the cauldron of Samhain had opened a world of possibilities. She longed to explore the magic of the night, to connect with the spirits of the past, and to embrace the supernatural world she had discovered. With a sense of purpose, Eliza donned her enchanting costume once more. As the gown shimmered and the stars and moon seemed to come to life, she felt a profound transformation take place. She had become a reflection of the enchantment she sought, a part of the magic of Halloween. With the night as her guide, Eliza ventured into the heart of Willowbrook. The streets were filled with revelers in costumes, the air infused with the scent of autumn, and the town seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Halloween night was a time of magic, and she was ready to embrace it. As she made her way through the town, Eliza found herself drawn to the Halloween carnival that had taken over the town square. The carousel spun with an eerie melody, the games and booths were adorned with mystical symbols, and the music held a touch of enchantment. Among the carnival attractions, she noticed a fortune-teller's tent. The sign above the entrance read, "Madame Zephyr's Mystical Insights." The tent was draped in deep red velvet, and a crystal ball glistened in the dim light. With a sense of curiosity, Eliza entered the tent. The interior was filled with the scent of incense, and the soft, haunting strains of a harp played in the background. At the back of the tent, a woman with long, flowing black hair sat at a table, her eyes hidden by a veil. "Welcome, dear one," Madame Zephyra greeted in a voice that seemed to echo with ancient wisdom. "You have come seeking insights on this magical night. I sense the enchantment that surrounds you." Eliza approached the table, her heart open to the mysteries of the night. "I seek to connect with the spirits of the past, to embrace the magic of Halloween, and to explore the supernatural world that calls to me." Madame Zephyr's veiled eyes seemed to pierce through Eliza, as if she could see the depths of her soul. You are a seeker of the old ways, a guardian of tradition, and a participant in the enchantment of the night. Allow me to share insights that will guide your path. With a graceful gesture, Madame Zephyra placed her hands on the crystal bowl. Its surface seemed to ripple like water, and images began to form within it. Eliza watched with bated breath as scenes from the past and the future unfolded. The images were a tapestry of enchantment, showing the spirits of Halloween past and present, the magic of the coven, and the supernatural world that was now a part of her. Madame Zephyra's voice narrated the visions, her words carrying the weight of ancient knowledge. You are a guardian of the traditions of Samhain, a keeper of the magic of Halloween. The power you have embraced will guide your path and connect you to the spirits of the past. You will become a bridge between the worlds, a beacon of enchantment. As the visions came to an end, Madame Zephyra looked directly into Eliza's eyes. You have a choice, my dear. The magic you carry is a profound responsibility. You can use it to connect with the spirits of the past, to explore the supernatural world, and to bring enchantment to those around you. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Eliza nodded with a sense of determination. She had found her purpose in the lessons of the coven and the enchantment of Halloween, and she was ready to embrace it. Madame Zephyra smiled with approval. Embrace the magic of the night, dear one. It is a gift and a responsibility. Now, go forth and let the enchantment of Halloween be your guide. As Eliza left the fortune-teller's tent, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. The power of Samhain and the enchantment of her costume had opened a world of possibilities, and she was determined to explore it fully. The night was still young, and the mysteries of Halloween awaited her. As she ventured back into the town square, she knew that the enchantment of the night was her guiding light, and she was ready to embrace the supernatural world that had become a part of her. With the magic of Halloween in her heart and the lessons of the coven as her guide, Eliza embarked on a journey of enchantment that would forever change her life. The spirits of the past and the supernatural world called to her, and she was ready to answer that call. Chapter 6: The Dance with the Spirits. As Eliza ventured deeper into the heart of Willowbrook, the enchantment of Halloween surrounded her. The town had come alive with a magical energy that seemed to infuse every corner and crevice. Her enchanting costume, shimmering with stars and moons, seemed to resonate with the night. The town square had transformed into a hub of festivities, with revelers in costumes, carnival games, and a sense of otherworldly wonder. Eliza's heart was filled with a sense of anticipation as she embraced the supernatural world that had become a part of her. The music from a nearby stage drew her attention, and she found herself joining a group of dancers who swayed to the haunting melodies of the harp and the flute. The dance was intricate and seemed to echo the movements she had learned from the coven, a connection to the ancient traditions. As she twirled and moved in the moonlight, Eliza felt the power of the night infusing her, a sense of being at one with the enchantment that surrounded her. She was no longer a mere observer of Halloween, she was a participant in the magic of the night. The dance continued, the music casting a spell that seemed to connect the dancers to the spirits of the past. Eliza's heart quickened as she realized that this was a dance with the supernatural, a way to honor the traditions of Samhain. In the midst of the dance, a shadowy figure caught her eye. It was a man in a cloak adorned with ancient symbols, and his presence seemed to hold a touch of enchantment. He extended a hand, and without a word, Eliza knew she was meant to join him in the dance. The man's movements were fluid and graceful, and as they danced, he seemed to embody the magic of the night. His eyes held a depth of ancient wisdom, and his steps were like a connection to the spirits of Halloween. With each twirl and sway, Eliza felt a profound connection to the supernatural world. The dance was a bridge between the worlds, a way to honor the spirits of the past and the enchantment of Samhain. As the dance reached its climax, the moon cast its silvery light upon the square, and Eliza and her mysterious partner seemed to become a part of the night itself. The other revelers watched in awe, as if they could sense the power that flowed through the dancers. When the dance finally came to an end, Eliza's partner spoke in a voice that resonated with ancient knowledge. "You have embraced the magic of Halloween, my dear Eliza. The dance we shared is a connection to the spirits of the past and the traditions of Samhain. You are a guardian of the old ways, a keeper of the enchantment of the night." Eliza nodded with a deep sense of gratitude. She had found her place in the supernatural world, a participant in the magic of the night. The lessons of the coven, the enchantment of her costume, and the dance with the spirits had become a part of her. As the revelers continued to celebrate Halloween, Eliza ventured deeper into the town. The streets seemed to ripple with magic, and the sense of enchantment was palpable. She had a sense that the spirits of the past were watching, that they were guiding her path. She made her way to the town's cemetery, a place steeped in history and the memories of those who had passed on. The gravestones stood like silent sentinels, their inscriptions a testament to the lives that had come before. As Eliza walked among the graves, she felt a profound connection to the spirits of Halloween. The knowledge she had gained from the coven and the enchantment of her costume seemed to resonate with the souls that rested here. She offered silent prayers, honoring the spirits of the past and the magic of Samhain. The night was still young, and Eliza knew that there were more mysteries to uncover. With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit filled with determination, she ventured deeper into the town, guided by the enchantment of Halloween. As she continued her journey, she couldn't help but feel that the supernatural world had become a part of her, that she was a guardian of tradition and a keeper of the enchantment of the night. The spirits of Halloween were with her, and she was ready to embrace the magic that awaited. With the lessons of the coven, the enchantment of her costume, and the dance with the spirits in her heart, Eliza embarked on a journey of enchantment that would forever change her life. The magic of Halloween was her guiding light, and the supernatural world called to her.